Hello fun people, I'm Isaac Carlson, and today I want to understand how Oogway was able to send a message to Po's father. How was it possible that Master could reach through the spirit realm into the mortal world? And of course, if you're new here and you'd like to join this community of Kung Fu warriors, then consider subscribing. And if you appreciate what I create, consider supporting me over on Patreon to get behind the scenes videos, access to the Discord, and become featured at the end of videos as a producer. Beyond watching my videos is probably the best way to support me and allows you to be part of creating the magic. Oogway was the key to getting Po's journey started within Kung Fu Panda 3. He ensured that the Dragon Warrior was able to be prepared to face Kai even before Oogway had fought him himself, and that all began by sending a message to Lee. When Lee arrived at the Valley of Peace to meet Po, it was quite the shock for everyone. The son and father were both emotional, the villagers were ready to celebrate, Mr. Ping was a bit flabbergasted to say the least, and it was a moment that no one had ever really expected. I mean, Shen's genocide made the state of any panda's existence seem pretty difficult to imagine. I'm sure Po likely internalized that he was one of the last of his kind, but his father arriving truly rattled that idea completely. The pandas lived, and the reason Po was able to discover that truth was all because of Oogway.
How could you receive a message if no one could find you? Sounds suspicious to me.
Oh, it was a message from the universe.
Whoa. Rats.
First off, Mr. Ping's sassy, conservative, and overprotective attitude is seriously so hilarious to me. I can't get enough of him. And second, we actually got to see this moment play out at the end of Kung Fu Panda 2. Far, far away from the Valley of Peace in the hidden panda village, Lee received a message telling him to travel to that valley to find his son.
My son is alive.
I love that perfect tease for the third film. I'm sure if I would have seen that in theaters, I would have gone wild, but even coming to appreciate these films after their release, since I was in an awkward growing up phase in my life when they originally came out, I still appreciate that the epic of Po just flows together so well. Honestly, it makes me want to buy a tiny cup or a Funko Pop of Oogway. I mean, where's that? Come on. We gotta have some more Kung Fu Panda merch. Anyway, Po does discover, though, why his father received a message. Lee was sent to allow Po to connect with his kind again, understand what it meant to be a panda, and allow the pandas to rediscover who they were.
I can teach you, son. That must be why the universe sent you here.
But it wouldn't be till the Dragon Warrior traveled to the spirit realm for the first time that he discovered who had crafted that message.
When I sent the message to your father.
You sent the universe mail. Whoa!
The universe needed you.
But of course, the question I have now is, how is this able to be done by Oogway? We know that Oogway hasn't tried to escape the spirit realm. He admits to Po that he has made that world his home, which means that Oogway didn't travel to the mortal world to give Lee his message. But then how are these two places linked together if you can be in the different realms and still be connected? According to the art of Kung Fu Panda 3, the spirit realm is an undefined world, an alternate reality where there is no concept of time and perspective is skewed. It is a world that exists in a separate plane and is not necessarily up or down, heaven or hell, but just beyond the plane of existence. It's a place beyond the mortal world that actually can be reached without dying. We are aware during Oogway's life he was able to prophesize the Dragon Warrior, Tai Lung's return, and was able to see how Po connected the past and the future of Kung Fu, which shows through Oogway's meditation, discipline, and focus he was able to see beyond his present. Even as a mortal, Oogway could connect with all of time, and I think he did that by building a bond between his mind in the spirit realm. In Kung Fu Panda, Paws of Destiny, we see Po and the four constellations push this idea further by traveling to the spirit realm. Oftentimes, after getting their head hit really hard and releasing their minds to the universe, they are able to be in that plane of existence for a period of time. Their bodies remained in the mortal realm, while their minds entered that alternate reality, which shows that a strong-willed consciousness is the primary requirement to connect the two worlds. worlds. An animal's mind is all it takes to get to the spirit realm. If your entire being exists in the spirit realm, kind of like what happened to Kai, that makes it a bit more complicated to go back and forth because you don't have a body to return to. But if a person's mind is the only part of them that enters, they are able to return to the mortal world, often just by being woken up as if they were in a dream. And maybe that's actually what Oogway was able to accomplish in his mortal life. Maybe he was going back and forth to the spirit realm and then pushed that concept further after he ascended. When Master Oogway passed to the spirit realm, we came to learn he was able to understand how to reverse that experience. I believe he came to realize that while he had once been able to send his mind to the spirit realm, now he could pull minds to that plane of existence, even if a person had not completely opened themselves up to the experience. And guess what? We were actually shown that he was capable of accomplishing this feat.
Am I dead? Again?
You are not dead, Po.
I'm not?
I brought you here because I needed to speak to you.
This was one of those videos where I had this question looming in my mind and wasn't sure how I was going to fabricate an answer, where I was going to be able to pull from different lore or different explanations within the movies that I was going to be able to answer this. And all of a sudden, being able to see this in the show, everything connected for me right away. When I saw that Master Oogway could pull Po's mind to the spirit realm, my mind was absolutely blown. This was an incredible power that we really were unaware of before Paws of Destiny, and I think this was how Oogway communicated with Lee. I believe that when Oogway was able to see all of time, he determined when he would go to confront Po's father, so that Po would be able to master Chi in time to defeat Kai and save the world. To send that message, I think Oogway used all of his knowledge from his mortal and spiritual lives to pull Lee's mind into the spirit realm to tell him that his son was still alive, and to give the instructions on how to find him. But let me know down below what your thoughts and theories are surrounding Oogway's uber powerful universe message. Also, make sure to subscribe and click the beautiful bell, and then click on another magical video in the description or on the screen. Thank you to my patrons, and finally, as always, thanks for watching, and have a magical day.